So I recently saw Matty post a 4.67 average of 12, which is just freaking crazy. And I was feeling a little inspired and I decided to do some 3x3 solves. And literally 10 minutes later, I got a PB average of 5 of 6.5. And I'm certain that Matty kind of ripped off, got some good luck from that video. And so yeah, I'm just gonna go over kind of my 5 solves here. This is kind of like take number 5 at this point because it's very hard to reconstruct these, but I'm pretty sure I got these right now. So let's start with the 6.4. All right, so I don't really see too much, but what I do see is this green and orange pair, which I can track. I'm going to solve red and blue relative to each other. I'm going to solve them. And then as I solve the green and orange, I kind of know where these two pieces are going to go. This corner is going to end up over here, and this edge is going to end up over here. So I do that, and I kind of, as I was solving that, I also see that there's this red and blue pair in the back. So I will kind of keep track of that as I'm solving green and orange. And I solve red and blue. As I'm doing that, I see the green and red pair. And then I'm kind of left with my last pair right here, which I can sledge. Now at this point with OLL, I probably should have done something like this, but I don't do that. Instead, I literally do 2-look. I don't know. It's just like more, I can spam TPS on this, so I kind of just like do that into soon. And that kind of leaves me with U-perm, so like I was basically able to TPS the fuck out of that, and that is 6.24. I'm going to skip the 10. I tried reconstructing this. I don't think it really matters. What I do remember about the second solve was I just didn't really have the look ahead, so that's why it's 10.2. Now, these 3 solves really made the average, so let's see what happened here. All right, and so looking at this, the cross is kind of meh, and it's very hard to see where all the pieces kind of lay in place, like how to look ahead. I think what I was trying to do is I was trying to like trace and keep track of the red and blue pair right here, which is why I started with green front, so I can kind of see that as I'm solving blue and red relative to each other. I actually kind of ignore this solved orange cross relative to the center. I'm just going to like ignore that, and I know it's going to be on this side. So I kind of do a lot of D moves. Now, this isn't really what I expected, but I do see as I was solving across that this green and red pair is right here, so I kind of just take that first. And like somewhere in the middle, I saw that like I was still kind of keeping track of where green and orange was, and I see that I can solve it like while facing red in front by doing this. And then everything else kind of just fell into place. I see that there was a red and blue pair. I'm going to solve it. And as I'm solving it, I already see this orange and blue pair is going to get formed, so it's a 3-move insert. And then I can already predict to see what the OLL is. I can kind of see that all the corners are going to be solved. And then I do a U, and it's like, all right, this is a skip. You know it's a skip. There's like a bar right here, and these two colors, these headlights kind of match this edge right here. When you solve the OLL, that's a skip. And so I got really lucky there. That was like the fastest last 2 pairs into like a really good OLL and a PLL skip. So that was 5.88. Next is 5.72. All right. So this cross is actually fairly easy, and so I can use this opportunity to look ahead a bit more. I can see that once I solve orange, this red and blue pair will end up here and it won't get affected at all. I kind of look ahead even further. Once I do solve this red and blue pair, I'm going to knock out whatever is in here. In this case, I see that when I solve blue and red cross, the corner in between them is going to be right here. It's going to go right here, and it's going to get knocked out by the red and blue pair when I insert it, which means I do want to trace where this green and orange edge is going to be. As I solve orange, it's going to end up over here. And so I was basically was able to look into 2 pairs, which is pretty good. And so I kind of go ahead and start solving. So let's solve red and orange relative to blue, solve the cross, fix the last green center or cross piece, and then we're gonna go straight into the red and blue. We see that this, or as I like solve this, I see where this is going. So I also solve this. As I pair these together, I see the green and orange, or green and red. So I do that. Rotate to then solve the last pair, orange and blue. Now at this point, it's like, oh, please give me a skip, please give me a skip. I don't get a skip as I'm solving it, but I see it's like J-perm, so I kind of just go straight to the J-perm, and that is 5.72. That is my fastest solve. Imagine if that was a skip. That would have been crazy for PLL. Like, this probably would have been like a 4, like mid 4 maybe, I don't know. Now the last solve is a 7.39. Let's see what I did here. So actually, yeah, like before, the cross is like very easy, which means I can use this opportunity to look ahead. Now, honestly, I couldn't really find anything super great about this. What I did actually is I kind of just traced where this green and red pair is going to go as I'm solving the cross pieces. What I see is that this piece is going to end up like in here, like it's going to get inserted into the green and red. Like it's going to be in the right spot, but wrong orientation. And I'm just going to keep track where this edge is going to be. I know this corner is going to be over here. This edge is going to end up here. So let's start solving the cross. And as I'm solving orange, I kind of see the orientation of this green and red corner. And so I can actually, I don't even need to rotate. I just know what to do here. I need to move this edge over here, and then I can just do like this to like solve it. This gives me a 3 mover for blue and red, so I insert that. That gives me another 3 mover for orange and green. It's so free. The last pair is a little yucky. I kind of just do something like this. Fortunately, the OL isn't like the worst. I can just kind of like do this. And then this PLL, some people don't like it, but I actually like it. Like I feel like I can TPS that pretty easily. And that is a 7.39 to seal deal with my 6.5 average of 5. So yeah, that is my new PB. And I wouldn't even call this my main 3x3, but this handles my turning quite well, and I do use this for blind, so yeah. Anyways, that's the recounts.